Hey there guys, Fabian Ratzak here, and today we want to talk about the input trim in Tonex. This way in the software and also with the pedal. So the first thing first, it gets a lot of confusion, and I know why, and I can tell you why, and I'm gonna show you why, and maybe after this video you don't have any problems at all. Because it all depends, actually. That's why I will show you with different guitars. At first I'm going to start with a Stratocaster guitar, which is known for single coils, which has some low output pickups. But let's say you use the Strat. So right there we have the interface. We're gonna have loaded in a clean preset. And the first things first, you go with the guitar into the interface. So there are two types of players. The first player, like me, would like to turn down the gain completely in the channel, but pressing the instrument level. So then the signal is actually weak. So when you open up, like here, and you have your Fender Twin, clean, which says clean. So now we're gonna hear how that sounds. We leave the input train like it is. So you get a very weak sound, and the first thing you would say, the capture doesn't sound right. Totally agree with you, because the input is not the right we have to choose. So one thing you can do is to use your interface. In this case I'm using Volt 4 from Universal Audio, and what I'm gonna do is, you don't see it, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the gain. I'm gonna use the treble pickup because it has the most output. I'm gonna strum a little bit and gonna watch my light until it gets red. From there I back it a little bit up, down, so it doesn't really hit the red light. So if I'm strumming really, really hard, it gets a little bit of red, but that's all. So this is the way you can get the input trim right. So now you have your clean Fender. This really sounds to me like a great, in this case the Fender Tweed Pro clean. So we can also check if we're gonna use the next capture, which says edge balance. There you have it. That's the tone, and that's the right amount of edge of breakup you could get. But I'm using the clean channel to check it. The problem comes here. If I'm using now my trusty Les Paul, which has humbuckers, a lot more output, I'm in the clean again. Listen what happens on the bridge pickup. That doesn't sound clean at all, right? Also, my interface is going to clip. So what I can do now, strum again the chord and use the gain input. So there I'm strumming really hard, and it gets to the yellow light. So now let me check if this is clean. So for the Les Paul, it's sounding as it should. Let's do the edge of breakup again. See? That's how it should sound. Let's go back to clean. And now there comes the problem. If I'm playing here, let's get back to my Strat. Just single coils. Sounds weak, thin. I won't use this tone. So what I have to do now is raise the gain on the interface again. Now it sounds like it should. So what you get from here is that every instrument needs a different input, because one thing, there's the player. The other thing is there are the pickups. single coils, humbuckers, all sound different. So that's method number 1. For me personally, I'm using method number 2. I'm going to show you right now. So method number 2 would be leave the interface gain completely down. We start with the Strat again. We have the clean balanced. Way too, not too much output as you see and hear. Now we're going to the input. And what I found out about amalgam pickups, at least in my humble opinion, is that when I'm using the input around 6 to 8. So let's start with 8.5. Sounds great, clean. So I'm going to check, sorry about the noisy single coils, if I'm going to check the edge. Sounds completely right. So what I'm going to do now is going to grab my Les Paul again. Use the same setting. We start with the clean again. Strumming chords with a in-between position. With the bridge pickup, it gets a little bit breakup sound. But that's the same you would get with an amp. So, what you can do now, you just get a little bit down, maybe to, let's go to 6 or to 6. Now the bridge pickup is kind of clean. Sounds like it should. So at input 6, let's go to edge. There you have it. So basically, every time you load a clean tone, because I think that's the thing you should do with every amp pack you have. If you're going to have maybe this Fender clean, get a clean tone, use the guitar you like, and use one of the methods I suggested maybe. And the most important thing, use your ear. No numbers. I can't tell you this is 6 dB, this is 8.5, this is -10, because it all depends on the taste, on the pickups, on the player. For example, let's do something else. Let's get the clean tone and really get the input load more down, maybe at -7. Totally useless. So let's get back to 0 here. This is a clean tone without any question. What I would do, I would go maybe to 3. Okay. And maybe I go now to 50. It's way too hot. And also you see the input indicator. Let's do something like we did on the interface. Just go until it starts to hit red. That's great. That sounds good. So this is around 6. Now it's cool. And all right, let's go to edge again. So there you go. So basically what that shows to us, the input indicator is really cool to see if that works. But most importantly, use your ear, because let's say I have the clean tone here, and I agree with you, if you level it too low, it sounds kind of stiff and it feels not good. But if you raise it a little bit up, a little bit more, maybe to 10, for this kind of capture, it could work. So let's try. works. But it's a little bit too much for my taste, at least. And there we have it. It's all about the guitar you use, the kind of music you play, how hard you pick. For example, let's get back to 6. I think 6 sounded great with the Les Paul. Let's say I'm really digging in. A very quiet player. For example, as you can tell, I'm not touching anything here. I'm just using my playing dynamics. And so this is also a very important factor. So no number in the world can tell you what's right or what's wrong. Use your ears. I can imagine sometimes it's hard because we don't know the amp, how it reacts. But the good thing is with the amalgam capture, I can only talk for the amalgam captures, that Carly's has a very good ear, as we all can tell from the captures. And if you use the clean tone and use it and strum very hard on the bridge pickup, you get a little bit of breakup, just a tiny little bit. So from there you can go and use your ear to taste. You could also, what you can do, you can use your gain knob also and save it. So if, for instance, if you like to have your Stratocaster with this kind of setup, let's say the input is here. Let's get back to the Strat again. Needs a little bit more output. So what we can do, we use the gain knob. Because actually the gain knob is the same, at least in my opinion, I think so. I tried it and I think it's right. It's the same as the input trim. So you can save this preset, let's say for, I want to use my Strat. So I often do it, I leave the input trim at around 6 to 8. Depends on my mood also. Let's say 7.5. So, and then I'm going to grab my Les Paul and I think it's too hot. Then I just make another preset where I'm reducing the gain. I'm going to save it and then it's there. So, the end of the video, I just want to tell you, no number in the world will get you to the right place. Use your ear, use the knowledge from other people, and as a rule of thumb, you can use my methods if you like them, if you like my tone I get with my demo videos and my stuff I'm doing. I'm using this as a reference because I know the amalgam captures really well, and that's what I'm going to use. So if you need an answer, use it on 8.5, something like this with the guitar on a clean sound. And if it's too much, roll it back until it gets clean. Not too clean, but kind of edge clean. And then from there on, you don't have any trouble getting a good tone. Yes, so that's it. I hope it helps. I know there's been a lot of opinions about it, but the end of the day, use your ear, make music, enjoy, have fun. Don't think about any numbers, because music is no numbers. Music is emotions, feeling, it's dynamics. And that's the same with tone. Just create, have fun. I hope it helps and see you there. Bye bye.